Hello, everyone. Welcome to Knitting and Manifesting with Joe. I'm Joe. It's good to be back with you guys on another episode. On this episode, I'm going to be completing the weekend hat by PetiteKnit. And this is how far I have gotten. And thus far, I'm enjoying the process. One of the most interesting aspects I've learned about myself, things I've learned about myself in this knitting journey, is the importance of paying attention to every detail of the pattern. I thought I was at a point where I can manage multiple things at the same time and multitask, watch something while I'm knitting. And of course, I can do it, but can I do both well? Nope. I would often do, instead of doing a 1x1, knit one, purl one, sometimes I might do 2 knit stitches instead of knit one, purl stitch. And I would come back around and I would say, hey, what happened here? And I would look at my ribbon and I would like, hey, something is off. And then I would count. I was like, no. So it's important for me at this point, at this part of my journey, to pay attention closely to what I'm doing. And of course, it gets better along the way. The next step is to work 2 rounds in double knitting to form the folding edge as described above. So once that's done, so I'm going to work 2 rounds. And once that's done, I'm going to continue in the rib. I'm going to continue in, I say it in the rib. I'm going to continue in the round in rib until the work measures 11 3/4. So as we are knitting, of course, this channel is knitting and manifesting. And here's something I want to share with you. I would like to share with you. And I'm reading this quote and I'm going to post it on the screen. It says, remember, some of the best times of your life haven't even happened yet. Some of the best times of your life haven't happened yet. I'm not sure what that means to you at this moment, but for me, that's a breath of fresh air, because it's so easy to get caught up in the moment of the happenings of the now that you lose track and lose sight of tomorrow. And tomorrow, even today, let's talk about it in the context of tomorrow. Tomorrow is filled with so many blessings, opportunities, so many events that can and will unfold in your favor for your personal good and use. And it's often difficult to see that when the focus is on the happenings of today, especially if the happenings of today are not your ideal desire. They're not aligned with your definite major mission, aim, and purpose. So this is just a reminder to let you know that, yes, some of the best times of your life have not happened yet. I wish someone had shared this with me many years ago before I embarked on my journey of abundance-based thinking, abundance-based outcomes, abundance-based events, results, effects, experiences, happenings. I wish someone had shared that with me. Sometimes all we need is a little spark to get the fire going. That's it. That's all some people need to get going. We just need to be reminded that the best is yet to come. Like literally, it's on its way. From the law of manifestation, from the law of assumption angle, it's already here. Everything that you desire to be, do, and have has already taken place. And all that we're doing right now is moving in flow toward that accomplished fact. So when I was at a point in my life where things weren't aligning the way I wanted to, my finances, my career, and other aspects of my life, it would have been so good to know that some of the best times of my life had not happened yet. And that's the truth. Sandy Gallagher, the partner of the late Bob Proctor from the Proctor Gallagher Institute, said, "The law of the universe can be summed up in a single sentence, which is you get back what you send out." If you don't believe that the best is yet to come for you, the best is not going to happen. If you accept as true that life's best is ahead of you, I'm telling you, life's best is going to unfold in glorious ways, in epically glorious ways, in ways that's going to blow your mind, literally. You will be baffled. You will be in awe of the happenings, of the events taking place, simply because you framed your life from a positive mindset, believing that today is just the beginning of your phenomenal life. Today is just a start. Tomorrow, my goodness, a month from now, 1 year, I'm telling you, listen. That's the beauty of believing in your continued growth and development through the lifespan. That's the value of putting your imagination to work. What you put into your mind, it's what you're going to get out of life. You have to live in harmony with universal laws if you want to enjoy life's best. To live in harmony with universal laws is to walk in your destiny on paths of ecstatic wonder. I'm reading a quote. As you align with the laws of life, you get to unlock your divine potential and leverage extraordinary opportunities. This next line is terrific. All good things must come to you when you feel, when you imagine from your God self, from your good self. When you bask in the splendor and deliciousness of life, in the nowness of consciousness, that you are divine, unlimited, and teeming with beauty, richness, and abundance, you will magnetize good, and more good in divine order. Everything you desire to be, do, and have has already unfolded because everything exists here in the now. Everything you desire to be, do, and have already exists. It's simply a matter of embracing that idea. So whatever beliefs and feelings you hold to be true about yourself is what will come to life. Nothing happens to you. Everything happens from you. Whatever you see with your mental eye, whatever you see, that's whatever you think and believe. Within, you will attract without. And whatever you affirm, you will awaken. To experience your desire, you must become one with that desire. So if you want to fully embrace the idea that your best time, your best happening, your best years, your best days are ahead of you, you need to become one with that thought. You need to become one with that idea. You need to become one with that feeling, with that belief. It needs to be impressed on your mind so deeply that nothing can shake it. Nothing can move you from that belief. To experience happiness, you need to become one with happiness. To know love, you must become love. You must become the embodiment of whatever you wish to be. Let's look at this quote again. Some of the best times of your life haven't even happened yet. That's amazing, and that's encouraging to me. And I believe it's going to be, and it is encouraging to you as well, or for you as well. When I think of life within the context of my world continually being improved, that means there's nothing to worry about. There's no reason to stress. There's no reason to be filled with anxiety. There's no reason to doubt. There's no reason to focus on how things will work out, because things have already been worked out. The answers are already answered. Your good is already here. You're simply walking toward something that has been accomplished. Let's look at knitting. Right now, you see me working at a specific part of the pattern, and that's what it looks like right now. But if you look at the whole picture, what I actually have in my hand is a completed weekend hat. It's done. It's literally done. Yes, I'm in process right now, but I'm simply moving towards something that's already completed. Skip to the end of the video if you don't believe me. It's already done. I'm working toward completion every single day. I'm walking and flowing toward my happiest self, my most loving self, my richest self, my wealthiest self, my most compassionate self, my most tolerant self. When you live life from that place, there's no need to judge. There's no need to compare yourself to others or with others. We all are striving to become better versions of ourselves. And I'm not going to judge the other person for where that person is in life right now. We are all moving through states, according to Neville Goddard. What we do in the interim, Neville says, is to embody the state that we want, and that state will be ours. The effects, the outcomes that are attached to that state, that's what we're going to experience. So ask yourself, what state do you want to live from? Do you want to live from a state of happiness? I'm sure you do. Is it your desire to live from the state of total well-being, wealth, happiness, love, success, and prosperity? Yep. I would say most people want those things. Immerse yourself in the feeling of exactly what you want. Every day, when you wake up, think about what you want to experience for that day and immerse yourself in that feeling. See yourself, be the actor. Like literally go into your mind, visualize yourself as that person, as that thing you wish to express. Feel the feelings, see other people congratulating you. Feel the joy and thrill that accompany the feeling of fulfillment. When I wake up in the morning, before I get off the bed, I say the following to myself. Today I go forth in the presence of the divine with joy in my heart and expectancy on my mind. I magnetize and manifest the good I desire and wish for others what I wish for myself. That's my affirmation that I recite every morning. That sets the tone for my day. That puts me in the state of gratitude, welcoming all the good things I deserve to experience and will experience and have already experienced. I'm looking for another affirmation that I'm going to be using and add into the many affirmations that I already recite throughout my day. And it says, I am so happy and grateful for today, which is filled with blessings for me. I release the appearance of anything that hinders my good from flowing into my life and embrace the sustaining power of divine right action. I am prepared to meet the challenges of today and welcome new opportunities to grow and expand into my highest self-expression. That's going to be my affirmation that I'm going to incorporate into my daily routine. I'm going to read it again. It says, I am so happy and grateful for today, which is filled with blessings for me. I release the appearance of anything that hinders my good from flowing into my life and embrace the sustaining power of divine right action. I am prepared to meet the challenges of today and welcome new opportunities to grow and expand into my highest self-expression. Some of the best times of your life, of your reality, have not happened yet. Doesn't mean it doesn't exist. It already exists. The happenings already exist. You haven't walked into those glorious happenings yet, but they are already there waiting for you. Just as this is a completed project and we are going through the process of moving toward completion, toward something that's already done, life is the exact same way. You must, however, live from that state of perfect fulfillment and perfect completion. Don't worry about how things will work out. Don't worry about how things will unfold. No one can determine the how. There are too many variables involved to try to figure out how things will come together. Serendipity is part of it. Hard work is part of it. Most importantly, the loving use of your imagination, that's the cause of the phenomena of life. So I've reached my length, which is 11 and 1/4 inches. And the next step is to work. I was going to say working around. The next step is to start on the decreases. When I got to this part of the instructions, I did not understand how to move it over. So I'm working. So this is the side. Let me get this together. So this is the side that I'm working, and I wasn't sure if I move my marker over on this side or on that side. But I spoke with one of my daughters and they gave me the answer. They answered my question. And it also calls for adding how many more stitch markers? Place 3 more markers at 28 stitches between each marker. So that's another question that I had. I wasn't sure with these instructions if I were to place the stitch marker on my left side, my working side, or my right side. But I found out I'm going to be placing it on this side. So every 28 stitches, I'm going to be placing my markers on my work side. And I will be decreasing for 2 rounds. There are 2 rounds of decreasing. And I will do that until there are 40 stitches left on the needle. So right now I have 112 stitches. And once I decrease and get down to 40, there are 3 more rounds that I have to go through, and then I'll be done. So I'm excited. This, ladies and gentlemen, felt like it took forever. It felt like for every one round that I did, some magician or some person with powers took away 2 rounds because this was not growing. I'm like, okay, come on. I'm stuck at 7 inches. I got to 9 and I'm back at 7. I got to 10 and I'm back at 7. I'm like, okay, somebody's messing with me at this point. But it wasn't just my mind. Nobody was messing with me. It actually grew and I'm excited about it. So this is what it looks like. And this is 11 inches. I think this is a little longer than 11. Let's measure. This is a bag Malika gave me. She's like, oh, you need a bag for some of your stuff. I was like, I have a huge bag. She's like, no, you need a pouch. I'm like, sure, Malika. And she gave me, of course, some colorful. What does it say? It says, let the adventure begin. So this measures. Guess what? This measures 1/2 inch longer than I wanted it to, but I'm happy with that. I'm fine with that. And we're going to get this going. So let's get our stitch markers out. So I'm using pink as my beginning of round. I think I'm going to switch that up. So let's see what colors I want to use. So I'm going to use this. I'm going to use 3 of the same. I do have 3 of the same. Perfect. So 3 of the same. Is this different enough? Let's see. I think I'm going to make my beginning of round. Oh, my beginning of round will be a purl stitch. That's what the instructions call for. Okay, so now I have my 4 stitch markers. I have the beginning of round marker, and I have 3 more markers, and between these 2 markers and these 2 markers are 28 stitches. And now I'm going to start my decreases. Let's go. So let me organize this. I don't like my desk looking messy. I want to be a minimalist. I want to be like a minimalist, and I try to be as minimalistic as I can, but the hoarder in me keeps fighting that minimalist guy, and I'm like, come on. I like organization. I like things organized and in place, and I would love to live a minimalistic life. Okay, let's go. So a question for you guys. When you're knitting, do you watch anything in particular? Like right now on my iPad, I have the pattern and that's it. And it's challenging to watch and knit at the same time because I make mistakes. I make lots of mistakes when I'm trying to knit and watch something. I end up dropping stitches. I end up doing 2 knit stitch or 2 purl stitch and having to go back and change things. And I'm like, no. So tell me, when you're knitting, do you watch? What do you watch when you're knitting? Yeah, so what do you watch when you're knitting? And how long did it take you to be able to knit and watch content without making any major blunders or mistakes? So while we're on the topic of talking about programs, do you have a favorite program? Do you have a favorite television show? What's your favorite film? My favorite film of all time is a film called Man from Earth. Man, singular, from Earth. My favorite series is the Harry Potter series. I think my family and I watch that once a year, watch all of the installments. from one. I will just do like a whole weekend and just sit down and watch it. Do it once a year or once every 2 years. But we love Harry Potter series. I also love the Hobbit series. Any Middle Earth movie or film I enjoy. I like medieval stuff. I like films about kings and monarchs and queens and ruling. So I like this show called Reign. There's another one called Let me see. Let me go on my Netflix list. I think it's called The Bourgeois. My list. Let's see what else I have. Oh, Vikings. Oh, that was a great film. Vikings. I love Vikings. Vikings was awesome. What else? So Vikings, Reign, the Bourgeois, Medici. That's another good one. I haven't seen The Last Tsars yet, but I think I'm going to watch it. It's on my list. Roman Empire. Oh, that was good. I love anything that's Roman, medieval, or Versailles, or Versailles, or Versailles. Yes, that was good. Troy, good. So Reign, Versailles, Troy, Roman Empire. Anything that's Greco-Roman or Rome, I love those films. Oh, another film that I definitely enjoy was the originals. I love anything vampire and lichen or werewolf. That's my friends and I always talk about. Hey, if we were given the choice to choose between lichen and vampire, what would we choose? I would choose. I don't know. A part of me, I am more attracted to the lichens, but I also love being human, like more humanoid than anything else. And I don't know. There's so many advantages with both of them. So I like vampire series. Anyway, I love the originals. I think that's the best vampire series in the world. Sorry, Bella and Edward, but the originals, my goodness. And originals came after, what was that girl that was always in distress? I forgot her name, and she was in love with two brothers, Damon and what's Damon's brother's name? The originals is the middle show, so there is that show, the originals, and the originals have an offshoot with the daughter, Hope. Hey, this is Copycatly. Hey, what's the name of the show that came before the originals? Vampire Diaries, guys. So yes, and the one that comes after the originals with the daughter Hope. Legacy. So yeah, those are the three vampire shows. But originals, that's my absolute favorite. That was awesome. Thank you. That was my daughter Kalila. I heard her outside the door. But yes, but originals. Oh, bruh. These guys. I mean, when they made their entrance in Vampire Diaries, I could not. I thought vampires. I mean, I thought, these regular vampires, they were powerful and strong. But when the originals came in, I was like, what? I was like, let's go. Now, these are powerful vampires. That's what I'm talking about. Man. Yeah, so the originals, I will watch the entire series and I'm going to watch it again. Legacies, I got to season 3, but I could not pass season 3. It's so slow and juvenile, and it's so hard to swallow. My son told me that season 4, I think that was their final season. I'm not sure, but season 4 got better. So I'm watching The Witcher. And I started Ozark, and I stopped when I found out they were doing more seasons. So I think it's done now. Now that it's done, I think I'm going to go back from the beginning and watch Ozark. But Ozark has my favorite actor, which is Jason Bateman. I love Jason Bateman. Jason Bateman gives so much clarity and life to every character that he plays. And I feel as if he becomes the embodiment of the person's story, so much so that it's palpable. I'm like, okay, this is a real person dealing with real life. And it's so relatable. I just love the vulnerability and the transparency and the authenticity that are on display every time Jason directs or acts. It's just phenomenal. I love him as a character. I love him as a person, as an actor. He's just incredible. So I have a bunch of Bridgerton. I enjoy Bridgerton as well. It's goofy and funny, and it's great. In the background, you see Alexandra's gone, and she's a friend of my daughter's, Alexandra. She lives in Sweden. She's a wonderful person, and she does fantastic yarn craft. She's an excellent fiber artist, and check out her channel whenever you have an opportunity. My daughters rave about her, and she's extremely talented. And I hope to see her. I hope to meet her one day. Alexandra, I can't wait to see you in person. This has been a fun project, I must tell you guys. I've enjoyed this a lot. And so much so that I'm going to do another hat. Yesterday I went outside in our backyard and I saw my wife taking pictures. And I saw her taking pictures of a crochet project she had just done, and I'm telling you, that's one of the most beautiful projects I've ever seen. And she's been crocheting for a while. And I'm going to post a picture right here. Let you guys see her craft. And check out her channel, guys. She's a crochet artist. She's been crocheting for over 2 decades. And we're trying to get her on the other side to knit. She'll eventually join the side. Check out her work whenever you have an opportunity. I'm going to link her page. And you can see some. She just started her channel, by the way. So it's just some tutorials right now. And eventually she will show you guys how to work on projects. I've been telling her for years, why don't you post your videos? I'm talking about since we met, like, and when YouTube became a thing, I'm like, man, post videos. You're going to do well. Post videos. And she's a shy person that doesn't like the camera. So it took her a minute to get to the point where she was comfortable behind the camera. She's not even showing the face. Just speaking alone makes her nervous. I remember when she was at university and she had to do presentations for her class. Oh, she would come home fretting, just like, oh my gosh, I got to do a presentation. And I'd be like, you'll be just fine. She's like, no, I got to stand in front of everybody. And she would literally work out an arrangement with the professor to not do it and do the presentation just in front of the professor without going in front of the students. And and some professors actually gave in and would honor her request. Yeah, so it took her a minute to develop the courage to show her work. And I'm happy and proud of her. So check out her channel whenever you guys have some time. Support my wife. Speaking of next project, do you guys have any recommendations as it relates to another project I should tackle? Any recommendations? That would be great. I'm thinking of another hat before I jump in a sweater. I was going to jump in a sweater earlier, but I'm waiting for this special project, I'm actually going to test knit somebody's work. So I'm waiting for them to complete what they have to do on their side and send me the pattern. So I'm going to be a test knitter. So that will be my first sweater project. I will test knit might be my second. I'm not sure. It depends on how soon the person finishes the math for the pattern. And once that's done, I'll either jump on that as a test knitter or I will start on another sweater. But in the meantime, I want to do another hat. I'd like to do another hat. So if you have any recommendations, shoot those over, please. And what projects are you working on right now? What projects do you plan to do for the fall, upcoming fall? I imagine there are going to be lots of sweaters and blankets. So this is what this is looking like right now. Isn't this fantastic, guys? This is awesome. Wow. Yours truly actually did PetiteKnit weekend hats. This is awesome. This is fantastic. I love it. Okay, so let's count to make sure I have 24. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 18. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 24. Right, round 3. Slip 1, stitch knitwise, knit 1, pass the slipped stitch over the just knitted stitch, work from asterisk to the end of round. There are now 12 stitches on the needles. So round 3, let's go. Round 3. Oh, round 3, different instructions. I am glad I didn't just repeat what I was doing for the last 2 rounds because I was going to commit to boo-boo. So round 3's instructions are a bit different. So slip 1, knitwise, knit 1. Okay. A little different. I usually start with a purl for this, but it's calling for something else. So slip 1, knitwise, knit 1. Knit 1. Pass slip stitch over just knitted stitch. Okay, done. Work from asterisk to asterisk, so I'm gonna slip 1 again. I'm almost done, guys. I'm gonna have to open this up. 1, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yes. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it looks like I am done, and this is fantastic. Wow, this was great. Okay, break the yarn and pull at the end through the remaining stitches on the needles. Pull tight close to the crown and secure end and weave in all ends. Now, do I pull the needle out? I'm scared if I do, something's going to happen. This is where I go and seek help, ladies and gentlemen. Alexandra, what should I do? Tell me. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Alexandra just told me exactly what I have to do. Thank you so much, Alexandra. I got it. Let's go. So I have some tapestry needles, which I'm going to use. I'm going to see which one I'm going to use. And we're going to weave in all the ends. Yeah, buddy. So I'm going to cut. How much should I cut? How much should I cut? That's the question. I'm going to cut a lot. And if it's not enough, guess what? I'll just just add some to it. There's nothing to it. This is a lot. I don't think I need this much. Let's see. No, I'm good. I'm not scared of making a knot and adding more if I need to. You know what's interesting, ladies and gentlemen? Let me tell you this about life. What I've been learning about this beautiful thing called life. So much of what we do is passed down from generations before us. As I sit here knitting, I remember that my mom used to be a seamstress. So my mom was always on the sewing machine making clothing. And my aunt was a professional seamstress. I mean, she can make any designer clothes. I'm surprised she did not blow up and become this famous person. No, I think I. And because she was really excellent at what she did, she was good at what she did. And yeah. And here I am somewhat carrying on the tradition of being in the garment yarn craft fiber arts community, because this was something my mom and aunt did. Likewise, my mother-in-law taught my wife how to crochet. What direction was I going in? I want to make sure I'm going in the right direction. Actually, it doesn't matter at this point for me because I know how to fix this, to be honest. I know what to do here. It's just a matter of going through loops that make sense. And that's it. That's all I'm going to do. Let's go. And now I'm going to remove my needle. My needles. Voila, ladies and gentlemen, I am done. This is done. I know you're proud of me. I'm proud of myself. Let's give Joe a round of applause. Yeah, Alexandra, what do you think? Alexandra is excited for me. I know. I'm excited for me too. Thank you. See, she's like, yep, go Joe. Let's go, Joe. Thank you, Alexandra. So this is amazing, guys. I'm literally done. I completed a project. Look at this. Look at this, guys. I actually completed a project, ladies and gentlemen. I am ecstatic. My second project. This is amazing. Let the journey of knitting continue. Let it begin. This is amazing. If I see any places where that there are too many, like it's too loose, I'm just going to go through that and weave it to make it real tight and nice, so I can close any holes. Yes. So, like, this is great. I'm thrilled. I am thrilled. I am thrilled. I am thrilled. This is what's happening, ladies and gentlemen. I am thrilled. I'm thrilled beyond measure. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is, let me make sure this is good and tight. I want to make sure this is tight and right. This is for my goddaughter, by the way. This imperfect hat is, should I give her this one or should I do another one that's, that's more up to my standards? I mean, this is up to my standard based on my current skill set. I like to finish on the inside of the hat. I think it gives a cleaner look, but my yarn is kind of acting weird right now, so it's fine. Yeah, I feel much better about this now. I'm cleaning it up on the inside of the hat rather than the outside, so I'll tie my finished knots in here and don't have to worry about the outside looking all knotted up. Let me work this tail in. I'm going to use a bigger needle, just be quicker. So I'm going to work this. I'm going to work this in right quick, and then we'll be officially done because I don't need no tail. I don't need a tail hanging out of my finished project. Okay, so what I'm gonna do with you right here is so I'm just tying it in so it can look clean and nice. It would have helped probably if I used the same color, but it's fine. So what I'm doing now is I'm just weaving everything on the inside, so I'll have and then just knotting everything, so I'll have a cleaner look, and let's see what it looks like. So you can't even tell where the beginning was. I mean, a pro would be able to, but most people won't. So just giving it a nice clean look. How do I know how to do that? No one really showed me. This is just instinct right now. Of course, I guess based on watching my aunts do their magic with my aunt and my mom. But it's just, to me, it just makes sense. And I kind of love problem solving, so this is right up my alley. Okay, I think I did enough knots. I'm doing one more. Scissor. Scissors. Now it's official, ladies and gentlemen. I am done with the hats. What do you think? I think it's fabulous. It's beautiful. I'm excited about it. This is great. Fold it. Fold it. Oh, look at this, guys. Look at this. Oh, this is good, guys. Isn't it beautiful? Wow, look at this color pattern. Put it on my head now. I can't see myself. I can't even hear myself and put my headset on. So what do you think? I actually did this, guys. This is fantastic. I'm happy. Yes. Well, this is it, ladies and gentlemen. I have completed the weekend head by PetiteKnit. And remember, whatever follows I am, you become. Peace.